on our YouTube and on our Facebook. Good morning, Bradley Bailey. How are you doing, sir?
I'm well, yourself, sir.
Very, very well. So good to connect to you. So, Kind Herat Benches, tell us about how this came to be, the story behind it, please, Bradley.
Okay, so thank you, and appreciate the opportunity. So, Kind Herat Benches is basically the Kind Herat Bench project started as a social innovation project way back. The idea started in 2014. God led on the heart that 3 marked X, and these trees are marked to be felled to 3 stumps, and in kind of just forgotten and whatever else. And so the methodology there was that the 3 stumps still has life, the roots down. And 2014 was our Cape Town was a design capital. The theme color there was yellow. So I was part of a group called Too Good to Waste, and I partnered with Hands of Honor. I don't know if you can remember, it was the Paul Prowler. He's gone to be with the Lord. We partnered to create a tree on this tree stump. And essentially what that methodology was, that the armrest and the backing would be that support structure. The organization was, started with people in soup kitchen lines, and around the idea was that those forgotten, not seen or heard, is now able to be able to come along. And hence, during COVID, it just took another form in terms of the bench. And then the partners that we surrounded ourselves was SADC, South African Depression and Anxiety Group, and in Hope House Counseling, and some other partners, Masterdeck, Sticks and Timbers, and that's, and some private sector companies, and that's how we got the bench to more spaces and venues.
Brilliant. So it really is about a space, a safe space, so to speak, where somebody can come and sit and just experience kindness, right?
That's correct. So the idea was to, how do you speak about the fruits of the spirit, and I always believe that, that has a ripple effect. Once you do that, it's not a one-time faith. It's not a one-time thing. It has a ripple effect. So kindness, all of those things. And when we were looking, I was looking at scaling it. How do you scale that? And so that's hence the Kind Heart name to it. Is to say that once we're in that space, wherever the safe space is to then actually show kindness, and we often say that you need to be the change, and so that's how the project started. What can we do for our fellow man? What can we do to somebody that perhaps just need a listening ear, just somebody that needs to be greeted, to say hello, to acknowledge that person, to actually see them and hear them.
Yeah. If you've just joined the conversation, we're chatting to Bradley Bailey. And I love the fact that part of the reason that this started was out of the place of one of the family members being bullied. And just tell us a little bit about that story, if you don't mind, Bradley, just a little bit more.
Yeah, look, it's something when it happened, it was something that, we were not really equipped to deal with in terms of depression and anxiety, and that's how we ended up at the doors of our bus counseling, and that's where the relationship started with Judy Strickland. And through that course, we could see now there was definitely, something we needed to do. And I looked at ways, in terms of, as an artist and designer, what could I do, to kind of just, make a difference where, especially in education institutions. And that's how it started. And I think, so the idea is that it's not something where, to stand alone. It's something where we partner, we come alongside existing structures. The psychologists, whoever the stakeholders are there. So from SMTs, RCLs, social workers, that's the partnership we seek to get. And once we have that, we're able to more, assist more in terms of and equipping those students. So we do trauma-informed and peer counseling for those, peer training for those students. and that gets them equipped to then listen. So often than not, the students don't want to, or won't go speak to a teacher or somebody. They'd rather engage with their peers, and that's the engagement that we see.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible, Bradley. I like that one of the statements that you make. You've mentioned that we always say, we want to see the change in people, but you highlighted saying that, the fact that you're seeing somebody, seeing that for who they are a human being, and that is absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful. Where can people see the benches, or actually, where are the benches located, though?
Okay, so it's currently 8 benches, so mostly, education institutions. So if you go Google it, you'll see it. Every location is geotagged and mapped. There's a little story there. How it kind of got seen really was we were at Grooteskeer High. That was the initial bench. And then ENCA, the news got a hold of it once that Limpopo girl was sadly committed suicide after video of hers went viral. And that is where, this kind of spotlight fell on it. It's now documentary, so if you go on Beautiful News, you'll see it there as well. God has been so awesome that, in initial inception of 2014, we, with Hands of Honor, unbeknown to me, I got a call to say, we're at Kaname Primary. Then it ended up in a magazine. Post-COVID, it was just all over the place. And I think that's what the ripple effect I'm speaking about, where God just seemed to, it was just, like I said, there was an urgency for me to do this, and He just kind of breathed on it. And so now, into 8 schools, so 7 schools, so from primary to high school, 2 public space activations, and now on one of Metro Rail stations in the city.
Yeah, sure. Bradley, that's where we've got to wrap it up. Thank you so much for chatting to us, and what an incredible story. Loving it to bits, and just loving the fact that it stands out so much. So when you see that bright yellow bench, come on, it's an opportunity for you to be kind, to show kindness. Bradley, Bailey, thank you for what you guys are doing.
No, thank you.
Have a good day.
God bless.
Okay, God bless you. Bye-bye.